John and I are going to be doing the Exit Advent Calendar. We're going to do another episode. We're on a mission to save Santa. Santa's workshop has had an earthquake and a blizzard. Say hi, John.
Hi, John.
And he is enjoying his wine. Let me show you, see. I actually have my favorite beverage, coffee, decaf. And yeah, I've been sleeping really good, though. I've been taking melatonin. I found a melatonin that really works well for me, so that's what I've been doing. Because I know I've talked about that on my vlog, John, so many times, about how I was struggling with sleep. So I finally found a solution. But anyway, this isn't about that. This is about saving Santa. So we are going to go ahead and open this up, and we're just going to talk through it. So if you're doing this Advent calendar, look away. Don't watch this. But if you're curious and you want to kind of dig in with us, let's do it.
Yep, we're doing day 6.
Day 6. And it is cold outside, and I'm wearing a John's fleece-lined shirt that he wears hunting. And it is so warm. So it's not a fashion statement, ladies, but it's warm.
It's camouflaged. I can't even see you.
I'm going to pull the camera in a little bit here so you can kind of see a little bit of our setup, and I'll use I'm going to use the phone for closer shots of things, so you can kind of see. I'll be doing some screenshots to show you a little closer look of what this is all about. And if you're interested in these kind of games, you don't have to wait for Advent calendars. They do have a couple of games here. The Exit, you can buy these, are $15 a piece. What we do is we buy 3 of each one when we buy them, because then we give one to our son, our daughter, and us, and then we all can play together even though we're not in the same house. We just get on a conference call, right?
Right.
Anyway, just wanted you to know that, so you don't have to just wait for the Christmas Advent calendar. These are always fun, but their work. So, okay, John.
Brain strain.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes.
A lot of times.
All right.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
So we're going to
open her up.
Open it up. We got a flashlight. We got some scissors. We have a couple of markers, and we have a marker and a pen.
And a pencil.
And a pen. Because you never know when you might need little tools like that.
Take notes.
Okay. This is the microphone that we're using. I don't want to mess up our... Let me see. Are you still on? Am I still on? But it's a Ulanzi microphone, and it's the one that was sort of broke for a while. It's working again. It wasn't broke. My phone got moisture in it. The microphone actually itself wasn't broke. I do have to get a shout out to Only My Opinion Tech, David. Between he and Lori F&M Lifestyle, watching her use this and watching him review it, that's when I bought one. And I've really liked this little microphone. And it works. This one works with my Android, but they also have one for Apple. And yeah, I'm just saying, if you're looking for a microphone, that's the one I'm using now. We're both using together. So this video is not sponsored, and all opinions are my own. Okay, go ahead.
You ready? Why don't you open up the box?
Okay.
And this is viewer alert. We're showing some revealing stuff here. So if you're playing it, you may not want to watch this. Or you may want to. All right, we're on day 6. So we can open up number 6 box.
Okay, and we're not showing you guys every day. We're just giving you a glimpse along the way. And I think last time we showed you this, we were on day 4, right? I can't remember what day we were on, but we're on day 6. So go ahead, John, read number 6.
Okay, number 6. This is 6th December. You enter the next room with a sense of satisfaction that you managed to solve the riddle by thinking outside the box.
That was a hard one. Yesterday's, the 5th, was a hard one.
You stop a moment to let your eyes focus, and I'm going to say my brain rest.
And can I just say we're several days behind?
Yeah.
This is not the 6th day.
Right.
We are well into the next week, so we're behind. We have about 4 or 5 more to do to get caught up, but we're not getting caught up today.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So you stop a moment to let your eyes focus, get used to the dim light. And after a short time, you realize that you are in the archive. The walls are lined with floor-to-ceiling shelves full of ancient folios and folders. The earthquake caused some major devastation here. Books that fell out of the various compartments during the tremors have been severely damaged. A few pages have come loose and are scattered across the floor. Suddenly you hear a crackling and hissing sound that sounds familiar, and from the back of the room a speaker blares. Grr, should actually have arrived in the archive by now if my calculations come the voice of Santa Claus.
Oh, he's on the radio.
You're probably wondering what's going on here. Certainly, boss, you call out loudly, but then you realize that the connection is one way. He can't hear you. You know, scratchy, scratch, never experienced anything like that before. I saw through my binoculars that there was a stranger approaching the workshop. Are not allowed to be discovered. Has always been the top Christmas commandment. I had to do something. The boss's last sentence sounds downright desperate. For minutes, you stare at the loudspeaker, hoping that you will get more information, but the device remains silent. You try to make sense of what you just heard. What was that about? A stranger. If someone happened upon the Christmas workshop, then that would indeed be a big problem. The fact that this place has to remain secret is something that all employees learn in their basic training. But what does this intruder have to do with the earthquake and the storm? And with the ensuing silence which has fallen so desperately over all the rooms? Nothing quite fits together. It is all the more important now that you find the boss quickly so that he can explain to you face to face who he saw. But where will you find the necessary 3 digits in all of this mess? Something crunches under your shoe. You nearly crushed a magnifying glass in the floor. Oh, and underneath the glass lie 2 strange cards. Surely they must hold the clue to get you out of here. So now it says open door 6. Behind you'll find 2 riddle cards and 1 magnifying glass.
Okay, let's
The
open
quest
this.
begins.
All right, so we have 2 cards, and every time we've opened a door, we always get an employee ID card. So today we have Tobias Flitz. He looks like an elf.
Mm-hmm.
And then these we just place aside because we haven't needed them yet, but we will at some point. Now the riddle card that we have today says, "What's that under the mistletoe?" All right. So we'll put that here, and then there's something else. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a
got magnifying glass.
Ooh, what's that? And so we need to look under the mistletoe, I think, with this magnifying glass. All right, I'm going to open this up.
Okay.
Why don't they just put it, well, I don't know why they put it in a plastic bag.
To protect it.
Okay.
From the blizzard.
From the blizzard.
And the earthquake. Come on, aren't you thinking straight here?
And we heard Santa on the radio, and Santa was trying to say something to us.
There's a stranger.
There's
some kind of a stranger.
Now what I'm doing, I'm going to take a picture in there because it's easier. You can look inside these there are rooms in there. I'm going to take a picture in here. Let's see.
Do you need more light, or can you see?
I think I'm okay for now. Let's get a picture of this one. And I'm going to get a picture of the different walls from different angles.
And the floor, and then...
Yeah, let's definitely get the floor because it did mention the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything on the ceiling, so we're not going to worry about that.
What about the right side?
Yeah, I got the right side. There's a note on the right side. Let's see if I can read that. I'm going to have to get a better picture of the right side. Let's see. It says, increase each digit of the code by 1. Okay. So we're going to have to, whenever we find the code, we have to increase the digit.
By 1.
By 1.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're going to need the magnifying glass.
So, which means we need to, our little code key, it's probably going to be numbers this time. So,
yeah.
So we probably should flip it.
Why don't you take a close look at that?
Okay. That's the, wow, that's the bookshelf.
I'm going to look under. Is there anything on that page you just read? On the 6th, let's take a look. Sometimes on the back of the story page for the day, there's something else. Now it does say here, oh yeah, you already read all of that. Yep, so there's nothing, is it just, yeah, there's nothing extra here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, John, what are you thinking?
Well, use the magnifying glass. I mean, look on that thing, see if there's any clues on that.
Okay, so let's just examine this a little closer. There's an X there. It says look under the mistletoe. The mistletoe is usually on the roof or on the ceiling, right?
Okay, let's read the clue again. Oh, do you have it? Oh yeah, you have it.
Oh, here's mistletoe. Well, no, those are bells.
Here, hand me the sheet.
I'm looking for, what sheet, this one?
Yeah.
I'm looking for mistletoe. So we're struggling. We've looked all up and down that room. We've looked at the cards. We've looked at everything under a microscope or looking glass. I don't, whatever. What do you call this? Magnifying glass. And we cannot find the answer. So we're like this close to looking in the help manual and getting a hint, which we don't like to do, but they are there for a reason. I can't even imagine trying to do this in a more difficult one because, I mean, this one is a beginner puzzle. So all I can say is...
Okay, so let's read the first clue.
There's no way I'd be able to do anything harder than this.
You have found a magnifying glass. This is the first clue, but what you are searching for with it. Have a look at riddle card F2.
Okay.
Which is this one.
Okay.
It's not only the reference mistletoe that is interesting, but also the oddly colored background. Does it look familiar? And doesn't the bluish shimmering rectangle remind you of something? So
yes, and so it does. There's a purple glow here right in the middle, which I'm trying to look. I've been looking at. That's what it reminds me of, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, I think what they're talking about is this.
Oh, it might be on the cover. So under the mistletoe, right there. Mm-hmm. So it's referring us back to the cover, which I know it does this. We've played these games before.
Maybe it's this. There's something to do with the blue rectangle. Because see, this is like a blue rectangle.
Okay, let's examine. Let's examine this.
So do they may it's the wording?
Well, it's under here's the mistletoe. See? Mm-hmm. If you're looking at something under the mistletoe, which I don't, and there's an X right there.
Oh, yeah.
And this has an X on it. So, line it up. Okay. There, and then the X, that line, see, that kind of lines up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here it is. I can see it.
What is it?
If you look at this real small print here, mm-hmm. It says the code is 346.
Almost. So it's 346 would be 4, 5, 7. Aha. 4, 5, 7. Let's see if that's right. So we open the lid, flip this over. So we're at door 6 right now. So we're going to go down, down, and back up. Yep, that's it. Yay, we solved it. So let me show you guys.
I knew there was a reason you had to use this darn thing.
So this is going to be our door for tomorrow. I'm going to move this out of the way. What did I say? Yeah.
Door 7.
Yeah, because it's this way, back up. So this is going to be door 7 tomorrow. There we go. Oh my goodness. So we referred to this, and then that led us to...
So we only needed really one clue.
Yeah, we only used one clue. We've never used more than one clue on any of these, so that's good. I think there's up to 3 clues.
Yeah.
for
you
each
know,
one,
three
but we've
quick-
only used one clue on a couple of them. But it referred us to this, and then we had to look here. So when you're doing these, you know, you really have to kind of think about the whole game. I mean, sometimes you're going to look on the box, and actually the answer to this one was right here on the cover of the game itself.
Mm-hmm. And you did need the magnifying glass.
Yeah, you did.
To see these numbers. To see the numbers.
That's a wrap. We figured it out. So now we're on, we'll do what, day 7 tomorrow?
Yeah.
We're probably going to, in a few days, we're going to have to play catch up because we are behind. But I must say we're ahead of our kids because I know they're only doing these on the weekend. So we're already ahead of our kids. So that's a win.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but these are not easy. I mean, they are definitely challenging. I would not, if it was just me, I could not do one of these by myself. I would not enjoy it. And it's fun doing it with you, but it's challenging. Like my brain doesn't think this way.
I know. It took me a while too. It's like, because we saw the little blue rectangle and the X, and there's the mistletoe. We're trying to count presents, and I'm like, well, why do we need the little magnifying glass?
Right.
So then that's when I was like, oh, there's some writing there.
Yeah.
And you can't see it unless you got awesome eyes and a magnifying glass.
Yeah. And
Our eyes are
not young. And I'd love to be a fly on the wall and watch our kids or somebody else do this. But you guys have got to be a fly on our wall today. And this has either made you go, I think I want to get one of those, or no, it's not for me. Let me know. Are you on team, hey, yeah, I'd give it a try? Or are you on team, no way? I'm just curious. How many other crazy people are out there? How many of you would rather do a chocolate? Like, let me ask you what advent calendar you're doing. Are you doing a chocolate advent calendar, a wine advent calendar, cheese, or some other one? Let me know.
But it's interesting that they take advantage of the whole box when
They
it
do.
comes to clues. So we have to keep that in mind for down the road. There might be more clues on this box that we need to figure out. So.
Yeah. I'm going to pull this over here. And you can see the cover. Like, I know at some point, you know, we've already had to refer to the cover here. There's little notes all over the place. So you really have to kind of, you know, think about the whole picture when you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say let's see, we've gotten 7 days, and we've got
We're almost a third there.
We're about a third of the way through. But don't worry, we are determined. We will save Santa.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go figure out what he's talking about. Some stranger approaching the North Pole.
Yep.
Everybody knows you're not allowed near the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
So stay away from the North Pole. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it from us. I'm going to go chill out in front of the fireplace and maybe watch a movie, eat some popcorn, and relax, because I've earned it after that.
What's for dinner?
You can figure that out.
Gee, thanks.
All right.
Just because it just was your birthday, and you think it's still your birthday.
I know, my birthday week's over now. I was informed this morning, your birthday week is over now. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. I've got a mess over here, but for dinner, look at this. I've got some leftover turkey dumplings. I'm just making fresh dumplings to go into this basically turkey soup. Well, it's turkey broth and turkey. It's not, I'm using dumplings instead of noodles, so I can't call it turkey soup. But I've rolled out my flour, and I've made little squares, and that's how I do my dumplings, just like this. Oops, I kind of stick into my parchment paper. Let me get an easier. There we go. This one's a little easier. Little easier. There we are. Good enough. Look at that. I'm going to come over here, and we're going to plop it in there.